Hey everybody, this is Justin with PumpPal, and if you're looking for a gym app with no subscription, you have found the right video. I'm Justin, the owner of PumpPal, and it's an app that allows you to track your progress, not only your workouts, but your body measurements, your progress photos, and keep track of your reasons to keep showing up. If you want to check out the app, just go ahead and go to the PumpPal, search in your app store, for PumpPal physical activity logs. Download the app and you can check it out there. Otherwise, you can kind of follow along with this video, and I'm going to go through all the features that we have in the app. So if you want to grab that, you get logged in, you register, right? It'll bring you to this here plan screen. What is plans? Plans is your setup of plans for the week. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? I find that I personally always had a plan set up for the week, and then each week I would repeat the same plans. I'm thinking most people have that, so that's kind of how it's built around. It's a plans for the week. You can simply add a new plan. Inside the plan, you can add your exercises. What's unique to PumpPal when it comes to adding your exercises, if you actually hit the add exercise, it'll prompt you on what type of exercise you're going to do, either weight training, body weight training, cardio, or stretching. Weight training, when you select that, whenever you search for a certain exercise, it'll only show you options that involve weights. If you do body weight, you search for an exercise, it'll only show you exercises by body weight training. So forth with cardio, stretching, and mobility. Not everyone has access to a gym. Not everyone has to, have weights to get in shape. You can get pretty good shape doing your body weight training, and it keeps you healthy. Unique to PumpPal. And then, of course, you can track your workouts as you're going through them. If I can find the picture, there we go. Pretty straightforward here. We have the instructions. And it'll go to a new page where it gives you the instructions on how to do the workout. And then you have your weight, your reps, and then your rest time in seconds, and your estimated 1 rep max. You can save the set. It'll go through your timer, how much rest time you set, and then play a sound when you want to go to your next set. And it'll complete your workout. Pretty standard stuff here. I have a couple of features I'm going to be adding in the future that are unique to it. I don't want to mention it now because I don't want my competitors copying me. But yeah, that's pretty much your plans. You can track your workouts through that. Some of the unique features of PumpPal, though, is you can not only track your workouts, but you can also track your measurements, right? This is a cool feature in PumpPal. The scale doesn't always say the right thing, or doesn't always, it's not the final judge and jury, I should say, of your either weight loss or weight gain journey. So you should be tracking your measurements, right? If you're not sure how to track your measurements, on the top here we have tips, tools, and recommendations. Click that. It'll give you the times, the times you should be measuring, what tools you can use to measure, all that good stuff. It'll give you a great explanation in how to get started taking your measurements. If you're not sure where to measure, you can hit the show measurements picture, and it'll bring up a screen showing you where you should be measuring on your body. What's cool about the measurements feature also is that if you hit the, I should probably go ahead, how to add a measurement. If you hit the add button in the top right, it'll bring you to a screen where you can add your measurements here. And you can track your weight, your body fat percentages. Once again, if you're not sure how to do that, tips, tools, and tricks, I don't want to go too in depth on how to do it. It'll explain that to you in the app. You have your waist measurement, your hips measurement, your chest, neck, your biceps, so forth, your quads, all that good stuff. So you would save it, and it always remembers that first measurement you made right here. You can't delete it, but you can edit it. Let's say you accidentally put the wrong measurement in. You can edit it, and then it always remembers that first measurement. And then over the weeks or months or years that goes by, it records all your measurements, right? Then you can compare it. If you go in the top right and hit the compare button just to the left of the plus, it will then compare your body measurements, right? You have your first one and the current one. Your weight might have changed. If it went down, that's good, -5 pounds. You lost some body fat here. Maybe your waist stayed the same, but your waist stayed the same. The thing is this: it depends on what your goals is. Like, let's say you're bummed. You went 2 weeks. The scale didn't change. You went from like 225 to 225. You didn't lose any weight. You wanted to lose weight, but then you came in here and your body fat percentage went down. Right? That means your body composition changed. You lost more fat on your body, even though the weight didn't change. And then you notice, like, your biceps got bigger or your arms got bigger. Maybe your chest got bigger. Those are good indicators that you still made progress, right? Because you want your chest bigger, you want your arms bigger, or maybe you're a girl that wants your hips smaller or something like that. It's a good way to quickly see that you made progress beyond what the scale is telling you. Because sometimes you made progress, you just don't see it as easily because it's small changes, right? Great little tool to keep you motivated and keep going. Another cool feature in PumpPal is that we have progress photos, right? Same concept as the body measurements, except this is more visual, so you can take a look at your body and see these changes. The scale lies. Once again, sometimes the scale is just wrong. If you're unsure, if you're unsure of how to take good progress photos, once again on top there is tips, tools, and recommendations. Click the button. It'll give you a rundown, what tools you can get, what type of day to do it, all that good stuff, right? And let's say you already took some progress photos and you want to bring those photos into the app. The plus button on the top right, you can click that. It'll bring your file folder up. You can select your progress photos individually and add them. You can also take a photo on the fly, just hitting the camera button on the top right. That'll bring up your camera, take a picture right then and now, and it'll bring it into the app. Once you bring the image into the app, you'll be presented with a screen like this, where you'll see the photo you took, what date is taken on. You can change the date. So if you took a photo on your phone previously, you can take it in and then just set the date to that date. Otherwise, it always defaults to the date that is current, right? You do also have your pose type. You can take a front pose, a side pose, and a back pose. You want to make sure you make this right selection here. If it's a good photo and you like the photo, you can select it as your favorite. If you don't want to sync with the server, you want it just to stay on your phone, you can mark it as private. Just be aware, if you mark it as private, that photo will not sync across devices. It will not come into your new phone. So just to be aware that private is private. And then you also have in the bottom there, you have notes. Maybe you've seen your, what do you call them? Love handles have come in, or maybe your chest got a little tighter. Whatever notes you can see in the picture, you can put on the picture, right? Then you'll be brought back to the progress photo screen, and it always remembers your first front shot, your first side shot, and your first back shot. Then, if you want to compare them, just like the measurements, you hit the compare button just to the left of the camera, and it brings up a comparison screen. And you can select in the top here, you want to compare the front, side, or back, and you have a very good way to visually see your shots. Super cool, super nice to see your progress beyond what the scale is saying. And then if you want to see what the side shot looks like, you can hit the side. You can also hit the back. Very cool stuff here. Very great to track your progress over time, beyond even the body measurements, right? Once again, all these features I've talked about are free. No subscription required. Another cool feature to PumpPal that's also free to use with no subscription is your reasons. Why would you want to track your reasons, right? You want to track your reasons because it keeps you motivated to keep going. Let's say you're like feeling a little lazy, don't want to go to the gym. Pull out the app, look at your reasons. Your reasons why you're going to go to the gym that day. You said you're going to go to the gym and you have these reasons set. It makes you more motivated later on to keep going. Or maybe even on your diet, right? If you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to do a stricter diet, look at your reasons and the reasons why you want to keep going. It'll keep you motivated and have you come back and do what you're supposed to do, right? If you're unsure any of the reasons you want, if you're unsure of your reasons, we have some preset reasons. If we go in here, there's tons of reasons why you might be in shape, tons of them. But these are a couple of preset ones if you're not sure where to start. You just want to build strength. Maybe you just want to lose weight, improve your mental health. increase your energy. Maybe your doctor recommended it for your health reasons. Maybe you want to be a role model for your family. Maybe you want to perform better in sports. Or maybe you want to gain confidence. These are like preset ones to get you started, get some reasons in there, and start keeping yourself motivated. Another cool feature that is free without a subscription is, let me go in here, a plan builder, right? On the bottom there on the plan screen, you have begin here, let's build your plan. This is for someone that maybe you are intermediate and you want to get a new workout to try out. If you're really new and you're having fatigue on what you should do in the gym, don't overthink it. Just go to the plan builder here, click the plan builder, and it'll bring up a prompt. And you can then begin the process of building your plan. So the first question you're going to ask is, what is your fitness level? If you're a beginner, I would say that's somebody that maybe you never been to the gym, obviously. Another beginner would be someone who's like, you went 3-4 weeks, stopped, 6 months later, you tried it again, maybe went a couple weeks, stopped, 6 months later. You're in a beginner phase. So select beginner. Intermediate would be someone that's pretty consistent for a couple years, and advanced would be anything beyond that, right? Then you pick your day of the week, how many days you're going to work out. Pick something reasonable, especially if you're a beginner. Don't go like 6 days a week ham. You're probably not going to keep up with it. But you do you in this one. You make your choice. Pick the amount of days a week you want, and then go next. And then it'll ask you, what's your primary goal, right? Not everyone is trying to lose weight. Not everyone's trying to gain muscle. Some people just want to have general health. So if you're trying to lose weight, select lose weight. If you're a skinny guy, want to gain some muscle, you can gain some muscle. If you are somebody that's just looking for general health, not everyone's trying to lose or gain. Maybe they like what they got. They're just trying to stay healthy, get that heart pumping, right? You select general health. And then click next. Then it's going to ask you if you have access to a gym. Once again, going back to why we had the body weight thing when you add exercises, we want to know if you have access to a gym. Not everyone has access to a gym. I know when I was in my younger years, I didn't have enough money to afford a gym membership. I did a lot of body weight exercises. I got a pull-up bar, did pull-ups. You might not have access to a gym. You can get into pretty good shape not having access to a gym. So either select gym, home, outdoors would be more like cardio stuff, get yourself running, and body weight training in general. So select what you want to do, click next. And it will give you up to 3 plans, right? Depending on what you chose. I believe in this demo, when I first took these pictures, it was I lose weight, gym access, 3 times a week. 3 times a week gym. And this is what it generated, right? So we have a full body gym workout. We're going to do 3 times a week. You can choose that one. A bunch of compound lift movements. Maybe you just want to use machines in the gym. They generated one that just uses machines in the gym 3 days a week. Or maybe you just want to use dumbbells in the gym, and this is a full body workout using just dumbbells. Once you made your decision on which one you want to pick, use plan, click it, and it will generate it and insert it into your plan screen. And then you can begin working out whenever those days you set. Super cool feature, most charged for something like that, and PumpPal allows you to use it for free, no subscriptions. I think I covered just about everything I want to cover. Just so you know, we're a very small development company. I've been working on this for a couple years. And I want to keep adding more features. I have a list of features I want to add. I don't want to mention them because I don't want people to copy me. But there's some cool features coming. A benefit right now to you is if you want to use the app, we can get a lifetime purchase of only $39.99. Most apps charge upwards of $150 for a lifetime subscription. So it's a great deal in a lifetime subscription right now to help support it and keep this app going. What you get out of that is you get no ads. You're going to be grandfathered into all the features in the future. So you'll always get all the latest features as I add them, no additional charge. That's that one-time payment. Once again, it's limited time. I'm thinking this is going to change to a subscription model by the end of this year. Right now, it's the May 22nd, 2026. So if it's beyond that and you end up seeing it change, that is the reason why, because we got the descriptions in it. And another benefit to you is you'll sync across devices. So let's say you have your phone and you use a tablet. If you sign into both of them, it'll sync your pictures, your photos, and everything together from both of those apps. Then the plus of that is also too, if you ever get a new phone, all you have to do is download PumpPal, log in, and all your stuff will be there. Sweet deal. Definitely check it out. I also would love to hear your feedback on this app. Even if you download it, you don't end up using it, let me know why you didn't use it. If you go to the menu, there's a feedback option, and you give me the feedback there. Especially let me know if you see something that's not working correctly so I can get it fixed. Like I said, one man shop, we're working hard as I can to get this to be the best app in the store, right? And it helps if people are let me know instead of ignoring it and not telling me and I don't realize there's a problem. Please let me know in the feedback if you have an idea for the app. Definitely hit the feedback also. I reply to those emails within 24 hours and can work with you to figure out what the problem is if you're having a problem, right? What else do I want to mention? Yeah, check it out. Once again, PumpPal Physical Activity Logs. If you want to hear more about features that are coming up, and I have topics about health, I talk about all kinds of stuff on this channel too. Please like and subscribe. And I think I covered what I wanted to cover, and you all have a great Memorial Day weekend. Thanks. Bye.